Alright everyone, what is up here today YouTube? Jigsaw0097 bringing you a video about my thoughts about the brief, Borderlands 3 reveal. I guess it's not so brief, there was like a whole day of this. But they showed off two characters. This is the new trailer in the background that they showed off. And I just figured I'd give my quick thoughts about what we've seen so far. Now, the two characters that they showed off were Zane and Amara, flashing screens of them right now. And they really just kind of showed some random gameplay in Promethea, which is the setting that you just saw there. And they kind of just let Twitch streamers go at it for a while and just play. For, I think it was like an hour and a half they gave them, and just kind of experience the world. And this was also after the presser, which is like an hour long, where Randy Pitchford, talked about the intro to the game and all things that entails. And the big focus for me was going over the new character classes that they showed off. Like I said, they only showed 2 out of the 4, but this demo really shows how there's a much heavier focus on skill trees complementing each other between each character. From what I've gathered, it looks like each character is balanced towards another, and so when you're playing co-op, it's going to be a lot more engaging this time around. But also when you play solo, I think that you'll be able to enjoy yourself even more solo this time around. And I recently just replayed Borderlands 1, the Game of the Year edition that came out, the remaster for that. And I could definitely tell that in that first game they didn't have a focus like that, and then they started to get that way in 2. And it looks like now in 3 they're becoming just much more of a RPG type game where working as a team is really beneficial. Also, another cool aspect of the game that they announced was that now loot is going to be able to be instanced. For anyone that's played MMOs like World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls Online is one I play, or even Destiny, you'll actually know what I'm talking about. It basically means that if you play with this mode on, and that was another huge thing, is that it's a toggle, so you can still actually play the old way where everyone just shares the same loot. But if you play with the instance mode on, it allows each player to have their own unique loot drops. And so that makes it so, if one guy gets this gold gun, everyone will get that gold gun. So no more fighting over loot, and I think that's going to be a good thing when you're just kind of getting into a match of people that you don't really know. You're just doing the matchmaking or whatever. It'll make it so that you can enjoy the game together. And then another thing, it also looks like the leveling is going to be based on the player as an instance as well. So a good example I have of this is in a game that came out quite a while ago now, called Dead Island. You didn't have an option. It just was, if you joined someone's co-op game, say that they were like level 33 and you were like level 12 or something like that, the enemies for them would be level 33, but the enemies for you would be level 20 or level 12. So it made it so there's no more getting left behind per se in the questing and the leveling. You can kind of just play this at your own pace on your own, and then if you want to go jump in with friends, it will balance that experience for you as well when you do that. And probably the final thing that I wanted to go over is just the sheer improvement to the gameplay overall. As you guys can see in this screen, I made sure to go find this demo video for you. This was posted via the actual Gearbox Twitter, I think. But this was their gameplay presentation. But the gameplay mechanics look very tight this time around. They remind me more of a game like Far Cry or Doom 2016. And less like Borderlands of the past. The Borderlands games of the past were great, but they felt very wooden and just not very tight, I guess, is the way I would describe it. Especially going back and replaying the first Borderlands again, I just realized how much this series came even just in Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. But with this game, it just looks really tight and just really polished, and that is one thing that I really wanted to commend Gearbox for, is taking their time on this game, making it as polished as possible, and giving us a finished product. Randy Pitchford has flat out said that there will be no microtransactions for enhancing gameplay or anything like that, just cosmetics. And so that's another good thing, is that they're balancing the game to where you just play it and you get what you get, and there's no pay to win crap or anything like that in the game, and that's really just great to see. So overall, I'm very happy with what we saw, and I can't wait to see more, hopefully at E3 in just the next month, which I will be covering as well. They will show off a lot more. But I just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts about it. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. This has been one of those massively anticipated games for me for many years. And I'm just glad to see that we are getting it, and we are getting it even better than we imagined. Because a lot of people, you know, we would have been just content with getting more Borderlands. But we are getting Borderlands, but it is going to be very polished and tight and truly brought into the next gen, which is great. You know, it's gonna be one of those landmark titles, I think, similar to how Red Dead Redemption 2 was last year. And I can't wait to see what kinds of fun will be had in the wastelands of Pandora and beyond. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say, guys. And for all those wondering, the game is coming out September 13th, 2019. So we only have a couple more months to wait, guys. Mayhem is coming. Like I said, they will probably be covering this more at E3, and I will bring you all of my opinions then and on all the other games. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my quick thoughts on the Borderlands 3 gameplay reveal between the two characters and the gun mechanics and all that stuff that I went over. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I will be doing more gaming videos in the future. I've kind of got a three-pronged attack here on this channel now, where I'm going to be covering the NFL, video games, and movies. So you can expect that kind of content in the future. But to all my returning viewers, I want to thank you so much for watching, and to anyone else, leave some comments down below, start some discussions. I'd like to hear you guys' opinions on the various topics that I discuss in this particular video, the Borderlands 3 reveal. But with that said, this has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.